Hello, Miss Joslin.
Hey there.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you. And how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
First thing I wanted to ask,
Yeah.
is your name actually Miss Joslin?
So my name is Miss Ellie Joslin.
Okay.
But I've kind of got used to people getting mistaken by calling me Joslin, so it's fine. If you want to call me Joslin, you can call me Joslin. If you want to call me Ellie, then that's also fine.
I'm thinking Ellie, first term basis.
Great.
Because you're in this swimming pool full of sweets.
I know, right?
Yeah?
It's kind of dreamy to have a swimming pool full of sweets, really.
It's insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, one of the games that we play at BOOHOO HQ all the time is Snog, Marry, Avoid. We're obsessed with like spilling the tea, getting the gossip. So we're going to have a little game with you.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you 3 options. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
You played this game before,
I've played it many times. I love this game.
Yeah. It's a bit embarrassing sometimes.
It is a little bit,
it?
and sometimes it can be a bit tough, and you know you have to make a decision.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, let's roll.
So I'm going to give you some options,
Yeah.
and it's basically who you want to snog.
Okay.
That's all we
cool.
want to know, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay. So first option.
Yeah.
H, Stormzy, or Idris Elba.
Okay. So I feel like I really rate H's music. Like I listen to it and I rate it. He's a cool guy, but I would have to avoid him. I'm going to avoid him. And then I would probably marry Idris.
Why?
I just think he's hot.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
isn't
He's
he?
just a hot kind of. He's just cool.
He's like a long-term partner.
Yeah,
as well,
he's
isn't
hot and he's
he?
cool, and like I like all the roles that he's like that I've watched him on TV,
Yeah.
and he's kind of got like I don't know, like a cool persona. So I feel like I'd marry him.
Okay.
And then I'd have to probably snog Stormzy.
Of course.
I don't.
Coolest
yeah,
guy ever.
probably. Yeah. So that's my. Yeah, I feel like that's my answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Options 2. Justin Bieber, Harry Styles, or Shawn Mendes. Pretty similar bunch, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like this is a hard one. I think I'd have to marry Justin Bieber just because I love his voice, and I feel like he'd be like really sweet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he'd be like a nice guy. And I'd probably have to. What were the other two again?
Shawn Mendes or Harry Styles.
And then I'd probably have to avoid Harry Styles. I feel like he'd be a bit crazy.
Do you think?
Do you know what I mean? I feel like, I don't know why, I just had this like image that he just will want to party all the time. And which is great if like you're being a friend with him.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like
but I don't know
time
if I'd want him to be like, that's just my judgment. I'm probably being completely wrong. And then, snog Shawn Mendes, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, you're happy with that?
I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that, yeah.
Okay, final 3. Kanye, Ed Sheeran, or Lewis Capaldi?
I feel like that's such a weird mix.
Yeah.
That is such a weird mix. I
Sorry
mean,
to put you in this
Yeah, that is a bit of a
situation.
tricky one, to be honest. I feel like I'd have to avoid Lewis Capaldi.
What? Why?
I know,
No,
I'm sorry.
Not Lewis.
Like, not to be like, this sounds really shallow, but I just don't feel like he's my type at all. And even his like, I've seen him in interviews, but
don't you?
no, I don't.
Oh.
I don't listen to his music either. That's the thing.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
So
There
I
you
feel like I would have to avoid him.
Yeah.
I'm just not I know that I'm going to offend a lot of people, but I'm just not a massive fan of him in general. I know.
big
Yeah, I'm so
news.
sorry. I'm just not.
You're like the only
I know.
person
I'm so sorry.
probably in
I'm
the
so
world right
sorry.
now.
I know. I do respect him, and he's an absolutely incredible artist. But it's just a personal thing. I'm just not into
Okay.
it. I'd have to snog Ed.
Yeah.
Because his music is unreal. So I would potentially like him to give me like a song, sing me a song, and then I'll snog him.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then serenade you to sleep.
Yeah, I think I'd have to. Yeah, because his voice is unreal, and so I'd have to marry
Kanye. Good
because
clothes.
I mean, let's face it, he could really like give me some fashion tips. I'd like to just have a chat with him, to be honest. So having a married life with him, I think would be very interesting. Yeah.
How did you get into the game? Where did this all start for you?
Well, I first started posting on Instagram when I was actually at sixth form, and I would just kind of post pictures of me wearing outfits, and I'd do like mirror selfies and all that kind of thing. And then I worked at a shop back in my hometown, and where I was a manager, and I used to do buying for them as well. So I've kind of always been in the clothes, fashion kind of industry, if you like, even though it was kind of different. And I just continued to like post my outfits, and then organically people started asking me like, where did I get this from? Where did I get that from? And I just thought it was like amazing that people actually were interested in where I was buying my outfits from and how I was styling things. So I kind of just started posting, and then probably when I was at the shop, I decided to start writing a blog. Because when I was at sixth form, I actually wanted to be a lawyer, and I loved writing. So I wanted to kind of combine my love for writing and my love for fashion and kind of combine it. And back then, I didn't know it could ever be like a career at all. I did it because it was kind of a hobby on the side. I knew working at the shop wasn't going to be a long-term thing. So I kind of wanted to feel fulfilled elsewhere. So that's why I started the blog. I started writing about fashion and would write about my outfits, write about styling tips. I wrote my blog. And then obviously my Instagram started to pick up, and I continued to post my outfits on there and how I would style them. That kind of just, my Instagram grew naturally, and it kind of came from there, I guess.
Sort of like blew up.
Yeah, exactly.
So how did you get people to your blog? Was it through Instagram?
I suppose, through Instagram. Yeah. But weirdly, actually, I had an audience because I could have a breakdown of where the followers on my blog came from. And funnily enough, actually, sometimes it wasn't from Instagram. It was just kind of people maybe searching for things online, and my page might have come up.
Wow.
So that was really nice, actually, that I had kind of other readers from kind of all over the world, actually, which was like amazing. And it blew my mind, because it took me a while to even write the blog, to have the courage to write it. And it got to the stage where I was just like, what am I doing? Let's just do it. So it was really cool.
You've spoken about like a bit of backlash from the blog before. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
It was just kind of like, there was a few instances, quite a lot of instances actually, when I first started writing my blog, and when I would take pictures for my blog or for my Instagram, there was just kind of people saying, what is she doing? Like, why is she doing that? Or she must be self-obsessed. And
just like trolling.
Yeah, just, stupid things like that. And girls like mimicking me, like pretending that they were with me. And like this one particular instance, someone like took a video like pretending to be me, and then posted it on social media, like trying to like basically humiliate me.
Babe, who's laughing?
Do you know what
now?
I mean? Yeah, but luckily at the time, like, I'm not the kind of person that has ever let things get to me like that. But what kind of like upset me is that there's people out there who are willing to do that to someone. And if I was like a person who let things like that get to me, that could have really affected me, and that might have even like stopped me from doing what I do now. And I'm sure that there's a lot of girls that are going through this who might not be so like, who might care more about it, and that could probably really affect them. And that's what concerns me, and that's why I've always wanted to say to people, like, never let anyone tell you that you can't do anything, or never let anyone's opinion stop you from doing anything. Because I think it's so important, because otherwise, like, they're not you, they don't run your life, they don't know you properly. Like, you are you, so just you need to continue to do what you want to do. And I think that that comes across even now, that you've like stuck to your guns, and like even your style, it's very you. Yeah, for sure. So people can see an outfit and be like, it's very Miss Joslin. Yeah, which is insane to say. That is so weird. But it's true. Yeah. How do you deal with trolls now? I think, like I said, like, I just kind of had the same mentality throughout it all, and that's just that I just carry on being myself, and I'm not naive into thinking that I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and I completely respect that. And I think that's life, isn't it? Like, even whatever line of work you're in, whether it's, working in a shop, working in an office, doing what I do, you're always going to get on with people. You're always going to have people that you might not necessarily get on with. And I think that's the same with, visuals. So if people like what I wear, that's absolutely amazing. And if they don't, then that's also absolutely fine. And it's the same with the way you look. If people troll you for the way you look, I think that's the same thing. You put yourself out there, you're always going to get people who like it and don't like it. And it's just how you kind of deal with it that makes you who you are. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what's most important. And to just stay true to who you are. I think that would be my number one thing throughout everything, is just to know who you are and stick to it. Yeah.
So would you say that you're on Instagram Miss Joslin and off Instagram Ellie? Is it like that?
I think I do kind of have like two different kind of
personas.
I wouldn't say
almost.
personas, but because on my stories I'm kind of just like naturally myself, just talk crap basically. But I think maybe in real life I'm maybe a little bit more open. On Instagram I'm kind of not so open, and I do really want people to know who I am more, and this is why doing things like this for me is amazing and a great opportunity, because maybe I don't show myself enough on Instagram. But I'd say in real life I'm a bit more like goofy and relaxed, and I like to have a lot of fun, and
Would you use the term influencer?
Personally, I would never like refer to myself as an influencer. I'm not like shaming anyone that does, because that's completely fine. But for me personally, don't know. I just think it's a bit like self-righteous in a sense.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
And I don't know, like if you say like, what do you do? And you say like, oh, I'm influencing. It's not, I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's I don't feel like it's the right term for me.
Okay, yeah.
Obviously like when I first started, it was more about the fashion as well. Like, so I prefer to call myself like a blogger, because I like to give people like, I don't know, because I wrote my blog.
Blogger's a bit softer,
it's about
isn't
the
it?
fashion, and I feel like influencing is just a bit like harsh to say.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sounds harsh.
But again, like that's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you learned from, so being in this industry, because you've been in this industry quite a while now, what have you learned most? Like, what have been your top tips?
I don't know, like now you put me on the spot. I mean, I've learned stacks. I mean, I learn things every single day, really. I suppose the biggest thing for me is that I don't have a manager, so I've had to learn how to like create all like, I suppose obviously replying to the emails, knowing how to word things, knowing what to say,
and how to be
putting yourself out there, how to be professional. The whole thing's just been a massive learning curve, and obviously I've absolutely enjoyed it and loved every minute of it. So I suppose that's been a big thing of it, kind of like managing myself, and obviously just things like I've learned a lot about my sense of style myself, and I love putting outfits together, and I suppose I continue to learn new ways of how to style things, new ways of how to put my kind of like images and style out there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Has anything been a surprise to you? Like, did you realize that it would be such hard work? Because you're saying you do the like management side as well. That's a full-time job.
Yeah.
To be someone's manager is a full-time job. So
for sure.
to do both.
It is difficult.
Yeah.
And it is tough, but at the same time, I'm a person who likes to feel busy. I like to feel like I'm like worthy, and like I like to I don't know, I like to feel fulfilled, and I like to work hard, and I like to kind of earn my money, and when I've earned it I can say, yeah, I earned that. Do you know what I mean? I like that feeling of, you know, working hard, getting the rewards. So I really do love it, but it is hard. And I think sometimes there's a big misconception for people that do what I do, and it's like, oh, it's so easy and all this. But there's a lot, it's very, very time consuming. There's a lot of work that goes behind closed doors that no one knows about. And I'm a person who's very, very picky as well, in terms of like where I take my pictures, how they look, and like the colours even in the background and all that. Like I am so picky. So I kind of make my job a bit harder sometimes, because I make everything extra time consuming. Like even when I'm choosing things online for me to style things, I will literally go through every single page of that website. I'm not looking at the first page. I am going deep in that page. I'm going through all the accessories. I'm going through the lot, because I want to make sure that I've like gone through everything. I'm not missing anything.
Yeah. That pays off though.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm enjoying every minute of it.
You must get requests for collaborations all the time, and it must be really hard to say no. If you ever do, why would you say no?
I feel like I'll say no if I feel like it doesn't fit with me and my brand, in a sense. I will never do a collaboration that I don't feel is something that I truly believe in or I'm passionate about, and that's just what I've always done throughout everything. Like even if someone, for example, if like a brand which is selling a cosmetic wants to work with me, I'll say, yeah, I'm really happy to kind of move forward with it, but can I try the item before I promote it? Because again, if someone buys that item because I've said, oh, I really like it, and then it turns out to be not so great, that would just does not sit well with me.
Yeah, and I think sometimes you can tell.
Yeah.
When people are like flogging everything, you can tell.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So for me personally, I just like to kind of keep it natural and organic, and if I like it, I do it, and if I don't, I don't,
What's been your weirdest request?
I mean, I've had like requests for like dildos and
get lost. How would the content for that have gone?
I mean, so they wanted me to obviously try out the product
and give a full-blown review.
And then give a review afterwards, straight afterwards, which I found, was a bit of a weird one.
Oh my goodness,
I didn't really feel that comfortable doing that, so yeah, I didn't do it.
I wonder why.
I mean, I absolutely love anyone that will do that, and I think it's amazing. But for me, like if you can do that, then literally hats off to you, because I think it's amazing. But
yeah, if you've got the confidence to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Now you do that.
Yeah, you do you.
But and I love that. But for me, no, I just like my mum's like on my Instagram and my nan.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I just think imagine if my nan just sees that. I just don't know if my nan would be like, oh, that's do you know what I mean?
Who's the craziest person you've met at a party? Because Snoop Dogg, Paris Hilton.
That was a mad experience. I'd say they were probably the maddest.
You seem really humble. So do you ever get like imposter syndrome when you go to these events or parties?
I feel like when I first started doing this, I 100% felt that way. And I would I didn't know anyone in the industry. So I actually used to go to these events on my own.
Okay, wow,
and
that's a big deal.
I actually really I'm proud of myself for that and respect myself a lot. Because if you ask me to do that now, I've gained a lot of confidence compared to back then, but I don't think I could do that right now. Really? I think I would have like a lot of anxiety. I think I'd be worried about that. But I used to be fine. I used to roll up to these events, and I did it because I knew that that's what I would have to do to kind of like get a bigger profile, and I just forced myself to do it. And so that was a massive thing for me. And back then I thought, what the heck am I doing here? I was in a room full of like absolutely gorgeous girls and who looked gorgeous, and I was looking around thinking, oh my god, like where am I, what am I doing?
I feel like you definitely belong in that.
But I mean, it was all so new to me. I'm from a small place. It was a whole new world, so it was absolutely crazy for me. But now it's not that it's a sense of like imposter, but I get a sense of overwhelming kind of, I get very overwhelmed in the sense that I feel very grateful. So
that's nice. So totally different.
It's less kind of like imposter like, and it's more like, wow, I'm here.
So with your job, obviously you travel a lot, and you said that you were from somewhere like a small place. So do you get homesick?
I do actually. If you would have asked me maybe like 1 or 2 years ago, I was kind of ready to leave Derby, where I'm from, and I was ready to kind of go to London, go to Manchester, or even go somewhere else in the world and just kind of like pick up my things and go, like, even if it was for 6 months, a year, and I was so on doing that. But this year I've been so grateful and lucky to be able to travel. I've traveled so much all year that when I'm home, that's where I get like my happiness and my comfort from. And I've realized that now I am actually quite happy where I live, and I will kind of live there. Because when you travel, like you do realize and you appreciate things so much more. Yeah. And like if you're just in one place, then fair enough, it can get quite monotonous, and you're like, everything's the same. But when you get to go away, you kind of have the best of both worlds, and going home is you get to see all your friends and your family, and
you see it from like a fresh pair of eyes, don't you?
Exactly. You're so
when you come back.
Yeah.
So have you always been like a home bird? I know you were saying like you can feel like it sometimes gets monotonous. But have you always been a home bird, like school days?
No, not really. I mean, I always envisaged myself like traveling, just like 24/7. Yeah. My dad's job, my whole life, he's been kind of, as part of his job, he's had to like go all over the world with his job. And I always kind of saw him having these amazing experiences, seeing new places, and he would come home and like, he would educate me in the place that he'd been to, like bring me back kind of souvenirs from it, and I'd learned so much, and it just gave me such a thrive to want to do that and to see new places, see new cultures, and it's always interested me. So I think I was ready to leave ASAP, and obviously that's why I do love traveling so much. Like I said, this year I've been to so many places, and I absolutely love it. But where I want to set up home is home, and I kind of want to just do both, where I get to go, do what I need to do when I'm away, and then come back in my own bed in Derby, the small town. Probably everyone back in Derby's like, why do you want to stay here? But that's kind of what I want to do.
Are you still in touch with like your school friends?
Yeah.
Can they believe it?
They're so supportive of me, and they're so lovely. I mean, they can't believe it, really. Yeah. I do sometimes feel like I live two separate worlds in that sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I kind of like everything's so normal when I go home, which is what I love.
Are you like Ellie at home?
Yeah, 100%. And they find it weird, like if someone comes up to me and might say like, oh, it's Miss Joslin, then my friends just are like, what the heck, it's Ellie. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just Ellie. Or, it
must be mad.
Yeah, I think it is a bit crazy, but yeah, it's amazing. But I am still friends with my school friends. I see them. I saw them, in fact, 2 nights ago. Had a little catch up, and it was my best friend's birthday, so we all went out, had a good time. And
do you take photos when you're with them?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. For me though, when I'm with them, it's kind of like I'm not at work.
Okay, right.
You know, so I do, and I almost feel bad as well.
Yeah.
Like asking them if I'm going on a night out and I want a little picture, they'll take it for me. But I usually leave that to my boyfriend to take. Yeah.
So your boyfriend takes your photos?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good at it as well.
He's amazing. Yeah.
How long do you spend getting that like perfect shot?
You know what? It can be so varied. Like I said, I'm really picky with how the picture might look. And I sometimes get like ideas in my head of how I want the image to look or how I want the background to be. So if that's the case, then he kind of knows that if one's not going right, he'll know, and he's kind of like, I can see it in his face, like, oh, God, this is going to be a long one.
That's good though.
This is going to be a long one. And then we're kind of like walking around, finding the right background. And I'm like, oh no, I think this will do. And then I'll be walking off, and I know that he's thinking, he's waiting for it. And I turn around and I'm like, oh, do you mind if we just try one there actually? Aww. And then, so he's kind of got used to the way things work, and sometimes they might take literally 1 minute and I'll do it in about 5 takes, and then other times we might try 3 different backgrounds. So I think that's just me being picky as usual. But
and you've been with him 7 years?
Right? 7 years, 8 years in February.
Oh, well, congrats for that.
Thanks
That's
so
soon.
much.
Have you got anything planned for that?
Not at the moment, but I think we probably will go away somewhere.
Go away. What would he say has changed about you since you've become Miss Joslin?
I don't actually know, but funnily enough, he was saying the other day that he likes it that I've not changed. Yeah. So I don't know, like I said, in some ways, maybe it's because he's not noticed that I've changed because we've both evolved together. You know, like he's evolved in the sense that he now works with me, and he wasn't doing that 4 years ago. So perhaps we've evolved together, so it's less noticeable for each other that how we've changed. Yeah. So I can't really answer that really, because I don't know. I might have changed in the sense that I've got more confident in terms of like, I know what I'm doing. I know how I want things done. I suppose that's definitely changed, because before I'd still be a bit like, oh, shall I post this? Whereas now I'm like, I believe in myself. But that'd be
nice change. Yeah. You know, for him to see that is really nice. Yeah.
But I mean, maybe I might have, and he's not told me. But that's all I know. Yeah.
No, probably not. Yeah. So you just got back from BOOHOO in the snow. Yes. How was it?
It was amazing.
It looked insane.
The views are just incredible. Literally, I was saying before, I could literally just have the breakfast. There was a breakfast put on every morning, by the way, which was just like amazing.
I think I saw, and it was massive.
Yeah, like I'm a pastry like fiend. Like I saw the pastry every morning, and I'm like, wow, like warm croissants. And it got to the stage where I was thinking, oh, no one's eating that. Oh, that's really bad. So I probably will have to eat that then, because I can't leave it. Yeah. So I was kind of eating the breakfast, and as you're eating your breakfast, you look out your window and you've got all the mountains, and I was like, you know, you can just leave me here if you like. I'll just stare out.
I'm actually okay.
And I'll just stay here for an hour.
Doesn't sound that great now.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
Yeah. What's your favourite pastry then?
I actually just like a plain croissant, you know.
Oh, do you? Warm?
Yeah, I like a warm croissant, and I like those you know, those pastries with the apricot in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love them.
Oh yeah, they're nice. Or a vanilla crown I like.
Oh yeah. I just love anything. Give me a cinnamon swirl as well.
Oh, yeah.
Cinnamon swirl or a really warm with the cinnamon drizzle and the yeah.
We'll get you some now.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your New Year's resolution?
You know what? I don't usually believe in New Year's resolutions. I actually don't usually set them.
Okay. Why? Because you know they're just pointless.
I just think why it's like a new year, but like I feel like it can add too much pressure and sometimes like it can stress you out a little bit, and then you actually become less productive because you put so much stress on yourself.
Yeah.
Than if you would just thinking it's a new year, but what's actually really changed? You know what I mean? It's just the date. So don't get me wrong. Like there's a few ideas and a few goals that I want to achieve next year, but I wouldn't call them New Year's resolutions, if you like. Okay. Yeah.
So what are those goals?
Okay.
Come on.
So I really do want to do more on YouTube. Really, really do want to try that. So that's definitely something I want to do.
Yeah. What, and grow a following?
Yeah, grow a YouTube following, hopefully, if people want to listen to me talk.
Of course they do.
So yeah, do that. And then I'd love to do something like myself with clothes, potentially.
Like your own brand or something?
Yeah, I'd love to do my own brand. I don't know whether that will happen next year, but that's definitely a goal of mine.
Yeah, it's good to have it in your head,
exactly.
though, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
I'd buy.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, I would want it to be kind of guys and girls though as well, because I wear a lot of guys' clothes.
Yeah.
You know, like I buy 50% of my wardrobe's men's, 50% of my wardrobe's women's. So,
that's interesting.
Yeah, so it would be kind of very like mixed.
Yeah. So does your boyfriend steal your clothes?
Yeah, sometimes actually.
Does he?
But it's kind of good sometimes because like I might buy him a gift and then be like, oh, I love this.
Hey.
And then it's like me being really kind. And then like a month later, I'll be
then
like,
he sees
you know
it
that
on,
top that I bought you? Do you mind if I wear it? And then he's like, oh yeah, now I know why you bought it me. I'm like, no, I bought it because it's
not
cool.
that at all.
Yeah, exactly.
As if Snog, Marry, Avoid wasn't juicy enough, we're going to play another game.
Oh, what are you going to do now?
It's called Stick or Lick.
Oh, okay.
What do you think of the name?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm prepared for right now.
Yeah, not as bad as it sounds. Well, maybe.
Okay.
So this is how it works. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. You can either answer them honestly and truthfully, or you've got to try this concoction of a marshmallow with either ketchup, spinach, or soy sauce. I'm so sorry.
Okay, that's interesting.
Okay?
Yeah.
Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, so first question. When was the last time you cried and why?
Okay, I cried 2 days ago.
Oh.
Because I just got a house and I feel like I'm a bit of a baby and I feel like it's just a big step, like leaving my parents even though I'm 26.
Yeah.
So I feel like
fleeing the nest.
Yeah, it was a bit emotional. It was like happy.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it was happy tears, and sad tears at the same time.
Yeah.
So it was a mixed emotion thing. But yeah, so I feel like that's the last time I cried.
Oh, see, that's a nice reason.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Next question. How long does it take you to get ready for date night?
Do you know what? It doesn't even take me that long.
Be honest.
Genuinely, it doesn't. Well, right, okay, right. Let's just rewind, right? So the actual getting ready part, it probably equates to about 45 minutes.
Okay.
However, I faff, so then I have to add 10-minute intervals every 10 minutes probably, because I then like do a little bit, sit down for a little bit, do a little bit, sit down, check my phone, listen to music, go make a coffee, go get a drink, then carry on getting ready. Do you know what I mean? So it's actually, when I think about it, it is actually probably a good couple hours, yeah. But the actual getting ready part, I can get ready pretty quick when I need to.
You just need to cut out all the shit.
Just need to cut out all the other shit, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What's the longest you've ever gone without showering?
I feel like I shower all the time.
There's got to be one
probably
time.
I went to like PGL when I was in like year 5. I probably didn't shower for the whole week, to be honest. It was just like this like camp thing where you go and it's like willed like adventure-y things and
in a tent.
It was actually a cabin, but I mean the cabins weren't that luxurious.
Well, you went to a posh
school.
But
I can't imagine. I don't even remember that there's a shower in the room, to be honest. So probably 5 days when I was back at school.
Okay.
But yeah, luckily at the minute, my hygiene is pretty good.
That's good to know.
So yeah, that's great to know. Yeah.
Have you ever told a white lie Well, have you told one recently? And can you tell us what it was?
You're really racking my brains now.
Come on. Or you don't have to answer. You can have a go of a marshmallow.
No, I think I'm all right, I'm not really, I'm a foodie, but I don't know if that's really like floating my boat at the minute.
Why?
I don't know. I like all of those things individually as a flavour, but not in ice cream form and not with a marshmallow.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So probably the last time I lied was probably the other day when I said I was on my way and I was actually still at home.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I bet you say that every day.
Yeah, so probably I was like, yeah, don't worry, I'm 2 minutes away. Oh, wait, no, sorry, I'm just still in my house making a drink.
When was the last time you bitched about someone and what was it? And don't forget, you don't have to answer. We've got gourmet food. I'd say gourmet food here. We've only got a certain amount of time on the podcast.
I don't know.
Right, you're not answering.
What's the whole... I just don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
You definitely do know.
I actually don't. I you know what? If someone annoys me, I actually just tell them.
Do you?
Yeah. I did tell... yeah.
That isn't a good enough answer.
Fine, I'll try
okay.
Again.
Which one do you want to go for?
Right, what are the
So,
things
we've
again?
got ketchup, spinach.
That's actually... The spinach actually is really
and
not appealing.
Soy sauce. So I think spinach. So do you want to take a marshmallow? The marshmallows are actually nice.
Marshmallow's actually all right, isn't it?
Yeah, but you've got...
I'm feeling like I have had a cold for a week, so I'm hoping I can't taste it as much. I'll give it a nice little swirl around just so there's a lot on there.
Okay, so that is covered. That marshmallow is covered in like pureed...
No, it actually looks so disgusting.
Yeah, pureed spinach. Oh, straight in. She went straight in with that, all in one. What does it taste like? Describe.
It's actually disgusting.
Disgusting. What does it taste like?
Grass.
Grass. Oh.
Like I've licked the field. Like I've just got my tongue and scraped it across the school field.
And then put a marshmallow in for good measure.
Yeah. Okay, right. Seeing as I've just had the spinach marshmallow, I'm gonna.
No.
No.
This wasn't in
this
the
is.
script.
Well, we make new rules around it.
Oh, do we? Okay.
So this is what we're gonna do.
Right.
I'm gonna challenge you to get one of those marshmallows, and I want you to double dip. So I want you to do one edge in the soy.
Yeah.
And I feel like the tomato sauce is too kind because that's like an everyday condiment, really.
Yeah.
So I want to double dip with the soy and I want to double dip with the spinach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't do a half-hearted dip
No.
I'm watching
It's
you.
fully going in. It's fully being dipped.
Okay, yeah, that's the good dip actually.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I'll let you off with that one.
Right. And then
the spinach.
the spinach.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he
See, it
is
doesn't
actually
even
dipping it in really well, by the way.
Wait.
Yeah.
Did you hear my stomach? My stomach's just gone.
It's ready for food.
It's ready for this marshmallow. It actually stinks.
It stinks, doesn't it? Get it in there. Do you see what I mean about the field?
Do you know what?
Don't tell me it's nice.
No. Do you know what?
Look at the green drippage on his hands.
No. Do you know what? That soy sauce wasn't actually too bad.
Did it mask it?
It was like a salty and sweet. Yeah, but the spinach is absolutely vile.
Yeah.
Oh no, I feel a bit sick. Well, Miss Joslin, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here.
Much.
Thank you so much for joining me in this incredible set. I've really enjoyed the chat. Have you enjoyed it?
I've fully enjoyed it, yeah. I've really enjoyed it, and thank you so much for having me here.
No,
I really appreciate
you're absolutely fine.
Thank you so much.
And to everyone listening, please remember to subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and come and check out this incredible set on IGTV. And we'll see you next week with another amazing guest. Thank you.
Speak.